Utah woman fought for years to hold her attacker accountable, only to find out he'd been granted parole just a few months after his sentencing.
And she did not get notified about his parole hearing. Tonight, KSL investigator Daniela Rivera has the latest in our Failure to Protect series.
So it's Friday, January 12th.
Feelings of safety and justice shattered by a single text.
Parole was granted and is scheduled to begin February 25th, 25.
Cammie Johnson says she initially couldn't believe that alert on January 12th.
This is a mistake. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. This has to be a mistake. I have not gone through all of this for a mistake.
3 months earlier, in October, Cammie's ex-husband, Byron Thad Hatterley, was sentenced to 0 to 15 years. She had reported to police in 2017 that he drugged and raped her. He pleaded guilty to lesser charges.
The whole system has failed me from the beginning to today.
Cammie says she was told at the sentencing she didn't need to worry about a parole hearing for at least 4 years. That information was wrong.
If I had any word of a parole hearing, would absolutely clear everything to make sure that I'm there.
Hatterley's parole hearing happened January 2nd. The board granted his release early next year, contingent on his successful completion of sex offense treatment.
It's crazy to me that they notify you about that he had a parole hearing, but we're not notified of a parole hearing.
The automated system Cammie got that text from isn't actually controlled by the parole board, according to the board's administrative director, Jennifer Yim.
We owe one another better contact, victim-centered, trauma-informed contact, and that's what we're working towards at the board.
In this case, she says the board mailed Cammie a letter to notify her of the hearing, but they had the wrong address. The letter was returned on December 11th. When that happens, the board tries to find other ways to contact people before the hearing, but victim information is often protected.
Unfortunately, in this case, right, we didn't get that done in time.
Yim says the board is working to implement a victim-centered notification system that's on the way.
Would you call what happened in this case a failure? Is that fair?
If Cammie Johnson feels like the Board of Pardons and Parole specifically failed her, then I'm sorry for that. That was not our intention.
Yim says the board is doing everything it can now to make things right and has scheduled a special hearing in March to allow Cammie to give input.
And we'll take all of that information and reconsider the decision.
Cammie says she is exhausted with Utah's justice system, but she'll be there.
I will keep doing this over and over and over and over again to make sure that he does not do this to one more person.
A couple important things victims of crime need to know. Offenders typically have their first parole hearing within a few months of sentencing. And Yim said as they work to implement their new victim notification system, the best thing a victim can do is call or write to the board and let them know how you wish to be notified of hearings. We'll post the board's contact information on KSLTV.com.